I started this YouTube channel because I believe that any relationship can benefit from a bit of BDSM. I think that BDSM gives so many rules, rituals, ways that we handle things, that those are benefiting any relationship. And the biggest thing is, of course, is communication. Because you're playing on the edge, if you're playing with BDSM, if you're playing with dominance and submission, you're doing power exchange, it's something that you need to talk about. It's not something that you can just do. And this is one of the things that happens so often in normal relationships, is that people just start doing and they don't talk about it. And it means that they often don't really think about it also. And what happens is that any relationship is a power exchange relationship. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. Any relationship is a power exchange relationship. Yes, also your vanilla relationship where you want to be equal. There are parts in your relationship where you're in charge, and there are parts in your relationship where your partner is in charge. If you're always the one who is making the decisions about the kids, then you're in charge of the kids. And the point is, because you never negotiated and you never talked about it, is that it often will feel awkward and it's annoying and it doesn't feel right that you're always doing the stuff with the kids. So you're telling your partner that he should also do something. I'm just saying he, but it could as much be as she. And you're not doing it together, and if you're doing it together, it's all the time like, where is the balance? Am I doing enough and stuff? Because we didn't talk about it. Communication is so important, and the fact that you're in an established power exchange relationship, it means that once you start with power exchange, you start talking about who's in charge of which part of life. And even if it's just the part that is their sex life, it means that you still need to negotiate the rest of your life, that it is either not in charge or you have a different power exchange relationship. And this is so wonderful about power exchange and about BDSM. You need to talk about it, and you need to ask for consent. Now, in another video, I talked about consent, how you can make it very practical. And one of the things that is very important is consent. Make it sure it's, first of all, it's enthusiastic consent. So make sure that you both agree on it and you're happy with it. And the second one is that you're clear about what you're actually consenting to. And that means that you make it very practical, and you do it with examples, and you just make sure that you both see it at the same thing. And the fact that you're actually talking about it, that makes it so much easier to have a relationship if you just talk about it. And in the end, it's all about communication. But I think this is something that you can learn from BDSM. Now, there's plenty of other things. BDSM, playing with BDSM, is making sure that you get out of your comfort zone. And it makes sure that you grow. And it's not just you as a person. It makes sure that your relationship grows. And that's what will make your relationship thrive in the end on the long term. So, and there are probably other ways to do that too. But in my opinion, BDSM is one of the more fun ways to do. Now, next to all the wonderful things that you have, did I have everything? No, there is another huge thing that I really need to talk about. There's two things actually. It's honesty. Because I was in a BDSM relationship, it forced me to be really, really honest. It was not just about not lying. It was about being really honest about what I wanted, to dare to tell my partner, and to make sure that we understood each other. And I needed to practice that I wasn't personally offended, and that we would still be in a relationship. And the fact that we were honest to each other skyrocketed our relationship. Honesty comes with vulnerability, because if you're really honest, it means that you're super, super vulnerable. We had to be honest, and we had to be vulnerable to each other. And that is something that I think is so wonderful from BDSM, and that I find this the biggest addition in my life. One other thing is that because you're going into BDSM and you're going to talk about what you really want and what you really love and what you're scared of, and you're talking about your deepest desires, is that what happened with me, at least, I had to grow a lot in this. For me, a big difference was that I had to accept him with everything, completely, with all his fetishes, with the weird things that he wanted to do, also the things that he didn't want to do. But it was an amazing growth process in accepting the other person completely. And this is one of the biggest things that I got from BDSM, and what I think that other people can benefit from it. If you insert a bit of BDSM and you start talking about it in how this can improve, this will improve your life big time. The last thing is it's gonna give your sex life a huge boost. It's going to make your life more creative, more fun, more exciting. You're gonna walk around aroused. Well, trust me, it's fun. It doesn't matter. It's fun. You're at work and suddenly you get a message from your partner and you think like, and you're immediately feeling that you're getting wet as a woman, for instance. That's fun. And it also happens if you're together for 20 years. I don't really know any BDSM couple who is together for 20 years and does not have an interesting sex life. There is so much more to explore then suddenly. And BDSM is so wide and there is so much. And usually people who are not into BDSM, they miss so much and there's so much to explore. So I would love to show you a little bit about that. And this is my biggest passion. Now I'm going to do a workshop on relighting the fire in your relationship. So if you're in a relationship and you think about like you're struggling with day-to-day life and how do I get exciting times again? How do I get a bit of the passion back? And you still you love your partner big time, but you're just too often too tired to have fun in the bedroom. And if you have sex, it's 15 minutes and you're both satisfied and then you fall asleep. If you want to get more excitement, then I would love to invite you to the workshop that I'm going to give, because I'm going to share with you the 3 things that you can do to make your sex life so much more exciting. And it's going to skyrocket your relationship, not just your sex life. Have fun and play with passion.